Good morning. Today is just a regular Monday, but I have a big deadlift, and in the next few weeks I am working on pulling 405. I think it will be in 4 weeks, 3 or 4 weeks. Right now I'm alternating my deadlift weeks, so I'm doing like RDL 1 week, deadlift the next week, and then RDL and then deadlift, just because my body hasn't recovered super well when I'm pulling every single week, so we've decided to make it less. I have my little breakfast here. We are working with liquid calories right now because I'm eating a lot of food, and I simply just, I don't really feel like eating a lot of food all the time because I'm not hungry, but I have to get my calories in so I can sustain my weight. I'm currently like 168 I weighed in this morning. So my goal is just to maintain this weight until I pull 405, and then I'm going to revisit a cutting phase after a year and a half of bulking, which I'm really excited about. So I just have some green juice here and a few liquid yogurts. I call them chugging yogurts. So I'm just gonna down these, get ready for the gym, and then we will go hit our big deadlift day. One down. Few down. Gigantic ass yogurt mustache. Okay, makeup is done. Now I just have to put my outfit on and brush my terrible long ass hair that takes forever. We're going with pink today. A lot of people, they're like, why do you put makeup on for the gym? And I'm like, you know, I always do my best when I'm looking good, I'm feeling confident. So I'm gonna do what I want. And for me, that is throwing on a good fit, brushing my hair, putting on my makeup so I feel confident, you know, I'm ready to go, I'm feeling nice. Okay. This is the final fit. I love wearing pink to the gym because, you know, the gym is a male-dominated space and it needs a little bit more femininity in there. So here I am, baby pink and sparkly. Let's go. All right, so we are going to the gym now. And I'm excited. I'll just talk to you about a little bit of some life updates. People keep asking me about my competition plans, and I was gonna compete at the Arnold in strong lifting, which, if you haven't heard of it yet, strong lifting is squat, bench, deadlift, hip thrust, overhead press, and weighted pull up. So literally like all my favorite movements, and I've never been to the Arnold, so I was very excited to go and finally experience it. But unfortunately, life works in mysterious ways. Trevor and I just bought our first home, and it turns out the move-in date is the exact same day as the competition. So I am not competing at the Arnold. Instead, I will be moving into my very first home. That's just like a little life update. All right, so I'm at the gym and I'm gonna do some deadlifts today. We're working up to a 345 to 355 double, and hopefully it will be at like 3 to 4 RAR. So we shall see. Deadlifts did not go super well the last session just because my back was super fatigued, but since switching to like every other week with deadlifts, I think it's been a lot better. So I'm excited to see how I feel today. I did warm up with muscle snatches first, still learning Olympic lifts. They're not pretty, but slowly chipping away, doing a lot of technical work. So far, so good. I mean, 225 moves super fast. I never really know until I pull like past 315 how things are gonna feel for the day. So I'll see. Man, I keep putting it down way off center. 335. So kind of a bummer, deadlifts definitely didn't go as planned. That's okay, you know, sometimes you have training days where you feel not so great. It's just part of the process. I know that if I just keep at it, 405 is gonna come one day. So I could have probably pulled the second rep at 345, but I just know that it would be way overshot. It's definitely not 3 or 4 RIR. So I just, you live to lift another day, stick with the RIR, and then call the set early, just so you don't induce like a crazy amount of fatigue that you just can't recover from and you just feel like shit for the next like 1 to 2 weeks. Anyway, so I did the rest of my session. I did hack squats, and then I did some pull-ups. So I finished up with my accessories, got everything done, did what I needed to. Now I'm about to go home. One thing that I really did want to talk about during this YouTube video is why I'm deciding to cut after a year and a half of bulking. So technically I have been bulking since my last bikini show, which was May of 2020. Basically, I reversed after my bikini show. I did a meet in January, which I competed as a 67.5. And if I'm being honest, it was a struggle to get down to 67.5 because at that point, I just keep gaining muscle every single time. So in order to continue cutting into that 67 weight class, it gets harder and harder. So I had to gut cut, I had a diet cut, I had to be in a deficit going into the meet, and it really just doesn't make sense. Like, I'm a foot taller than everyone I'm competing against as a 67.5, so it just makes sense to go up a weight class. And after that meet in January, I just bulked and bulked and bulked, and I've been at a pretty consistent 75 kilos, so I've been sitting around like 165, sometimes a little higher, sometimes a little lower. But that being said, I have worked insanely hard. My body is fighting me to just get any bigger. Like, the amount of food I have to eat, especially when I'm playing volleyball, is just pretty absurd. So when I'm playing volleyball regularly, I have to eat above 3,000 calories a day. Otherwise, it's just like my body is fighting me and just tries to go down every chance it gets. So when you're eating that much calories, it's a full-time job. You have to eat a lot of food all the time, and you don't feel like eating. Like, your hunger cues are pretty skewed. You feel full all the time, and you still have to, get your calories in. So basically, I've been drinking a lot of my calories. I've been eating very low volume foods. Basically, the opposite of any dieting advice you get is my bulking advice. So eating early in the day, ending late in the day, so your body has lots of time to digest, and so forth. Anyway, so with a year and a half of doing so, I am a bit tired of eating. Like I said, it's a full-time job, and your girl, she needs a break. It's great. Like, I've been hitting PRs left and right. I'm the strongest I've been in my entire life, but I do need a little mental break from eating so much freaking food nonstop. So that is why my goal is to cut after I do deadlift 405 pounds. Hopefully within the next few weeks, we'll see. But I'm definitely not going to cut before that happens because, we're so close. I did deadlift 390 pounds back in December, and that was not peaked. So I'm hoping that it's in the cards here soon. But so yeah, that is the plan. So deadlift 405, I'm moving into a house on the 28th of February, so I will be very much focused on that, and then my goal is to hit a small cut. So when I'm talking about a cutting phase, I'm not talking about like a massive bodybuilding cut. I'm talking about something probably a little bit smaller, more sustainable. I don't want to drop calories super low. If I'm guessing, I probably won't get below 2,000 calories. We'll see. Every cut is different, especially in how your body responds. So I'm going to still try to keep calories as high as possible so I can maintain as much muscle mass as I can and not try to sacrifice strength if possible. So I'm probably looking to lose maybe 10 to 15 pounds. I don't know. I'll see how I feel. There's no hard deadlines. There's no hard set goals. So it's really just what I feel like doing. I also do think it will help a lot because I'm planning to play a lot of volleyball this summer. I play competitive volleyball on the side, solely beach volleyball, so your cardio has to be really up there to sustain, especially throughout an entire tournament. So I do think that when I'm not carrying around as much weight, don't get me wrong, I'm not calling myself fat or anything like that, but if I am a little bit leaner, your body's lighter, it takes less energy to move yourself lots and lots of times throughout your cardio and whatnot. So I'm hoping that that will help, my endurance during volleyball tournaments, and also just help me focus on my cardio endurance as well. So that's going to be my next training focus, is just volleyball, getting good at cardio, focusing more on like sprinting, jumping, Olympic weightlifting. I'm not super great at Olympic weightlifting yet, but I'm continuing to just do my best and learn. It's definitely a learning curve. So that's kind of my plans over the next few months. So first, deadlift 405. Second, move into my house. Third, do my cutting phase, get super fast and jump super high. And then I'm not really sure. Maybe bodybuilding in 2026. We will see. That's just a quick update. I'm glad you guys stuck around. If you made it this far, I appreciate you following my channel, and I'll see you next time.